People always ask for this. Let me see how long I can pull it off. You're calling from a 616 area code. Who are you? Where are you calling from? Gotta be quick.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Ethan. I'm calling from Vancouver.
Hi, Ethan. What's happening?
Hi. Well, I'm calling from the southern Vancouver, not the northern Vancouver. And I was going to give you guys a grab bag of Betsy DeVos stories or white flight. But I think it's kind of important to talk about both of them at once.
Why don't you? Okay,
because of who she is.
Yep.
What was that, Michael?
No, go ahead.
Oh, wait,
Okay,
did you think you
so
were talking
I,
to Sam? Because that's
You didn't
Michael.
think you were thinking. I thought you were. This is Sam.
Oh, I am so
Michael's
sorry.
out again.
My bad. Yeah. Well,
He's
it's
always
Thursday,
not
it's not
here.
Monday, but I
Hello?
figured
Okay, yeah,
I
go
was
ahead.
going to get to talk to Michael.
All right. Yes, sir. Tell me what you have in mind, brother.
Yeah. So I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and went to school with the DeVosses, the Van Andels, which was the two families that started Amway and the multi-level marketing scheme pyramid stuff.
Yep.
And during my time there was really given the opportunity to see why they're acting in the way that they're acting. And I think it's important to historicize it. So I'll be very concise. I apologize.
No worries. Go ahead.
Basically, we're talking about a group of people who are beyond tribal.
Right.
It's more of a socioeconomic, religio-ethnic barrier that we're talking about. So the barrier to entry is higher than for most people to be in this part of the, let's say, deciding class.
Right.
And if you're not white, if you're not Dutch, if you're not specifically a Calvinist, you don't get to be part of the party.
Right.
And she comes from a group of Dutch immigrants that are more connected to, puritanical religio fascists from Europe that came over in the 1800s. And then when they got to America, they had such a hard time branching out from their own tribe that they almost died during a blizzard. They refused to ask for help.
Wow.
And,
It's a shame
there's
they
this
didn't.
sense of,
Right.
what was that, Jamie?
I just said it's a shame they didn't. Would have been a fitting end.
Unfortunately, the existing indigenous people and the other white settlers in the area they refused to allow them to die because they were their neighbors.
Big mistake.
And, it's an interesting history.
So, all right. So just
But
graph
the point
this on.
is-
Yeah.
The point is, we're talking about a group of people who are not just individualistic. We're talking about a group of people who believe that they themselves are seeking out a destiny and one that is predestined for them. And so even in the face of their own destruction, they will have faith that that was what was intended to be done. So when you guys are talking accurately about maligning globalists or people who are attacking globalists or Zionists and pointing out that, religion is actually a big deal here. One of the things that complicates Michigan, particularly politics, is that a lot of the thought bubble that these people are in is from not only their social class, not only their religion, not only their ethnicity, but all three at once.
Right.
And they will take the ship down.
I appreciate the call, man. Yeah, there does need to be a lot more. I think Betsy DeVos and the whole DeVos family, and obviously Jesus Christ, Eric Prince. It's one of those like terrifying macro studies that could tell you the whole story.
I think.
Yeah,
I appreciate it, man.
I
Thanks.
think.
Yeah.
I just finished a book on a series of essays by this woman, Megan O'Geeblin, and she was raised evangelical in Michigan in the Midwest. And the narrative that like the religious right is, losing influence in this country, that may or may not be true, but they're not going away, and they're going to like die on that hill.
Well,
and their influence is very outsized to how many of them there are,
Sure.
because of the people whose ears they have.
And I also want to make a sharp distinction between people who are, there's like even just inside the Republican coalition, like there's middle class, white whatever, who live in areas where literally church is like the only form of social cohesion that exists in deindustrialized America.
Yeah.
And I'm not judging. That's why I'm just not interested in being a snob about people's religious stuff. But certainly people like the DeVos family who have a hyper fundamentalist exclusionary view of religion grafted onto being oligarchs. That's one of the most potent, dangerous Saudi royal family
Absolutely.
style. Yeah, that's bad news. That's not, people struggling and finding solace or cohesion in something where none else exists. Which is what my pushback on that rhetoric is sometimes.
But to the degree that any working class people support Trump, I think the evangelical church plays a big role in it, and we should be very critical of that.
Sure, definitely. Attorney Andrew.